Naruto, 10 times Sasuke couldn't control himself. Sasuke is an extremely powerful ninja who has a bit of a problem controlling his emotions, and when he snaps, he really snaps. From his introduction, Sasuke was one of the most impressive characters in the Naruto series. Sasuke was one of the top students in his class and showed impressive power. Kakashi was amazed that someone his age could perform the signature jutsu of the Uchiha clan. When he notices that Naruto is beginning to catch up with his skills, he becomes angry and jealous. While Sasuke is generally depicted as cool and calm, there have been times he has completely lost control. As time went on in the series, Sasuke seems to lose control more often. By the time of his final fight with Naruto, he seems to have completely lost his way. 10. He lost control during the Chunin exams. One of the first times Sasuke is seen losing control in the series is after he receives Orochimaru's curse mark. The mark had been given to him because Orochimaru wanted to take control of Sasuke's body. The mark caused extreme difficulty for Sasuke. When Sasuke saw that someone had hurt Sakura, he completely lost his temper. The mark began to take over his body as he unleashed his fury. Sakura managed to stop him, and he looked horrified at his lack of control. 9. His fight with Gaara made him freeze. Gaara took an immediate interest in Sasuke, and the two boys were asked to fight during the Chunin exams. Sasuke was suffering from the effects of the curse mark, while Gaara was feeling as murderous as ever. When Gaara joined his village's attack against Konoha, he wound up fighting against Sasuke. Sasuke used everything he had to try and stop Gaara. Sasuke ended up with his chakra depleted. Gaara could have easily killed the boy. Sasuke had lost control of his body as the curse mark began to take him over. 8. His fight with Naruto in the hospital. As a result of a mission, Sasuke is left in the hospital, where Sakura remains by his bedside. She is readying some apples for him to eat when Naruto walks into the room. At which point Sasuke completely loses control of his temper. He knocks the apples out of Sakura's hands and convinces Naruto to fight him, so the two go up to the roof for a sparring match. When the two charged at each other, Sakura attempts to stop them. With the momentum they both have, they can't stop. If Kakashi hadn't stepped in, Sakura might have run into the paths of their strongest jutsu. 7. He abandoned the Leaf Village. Sasuke allowed his anger and jealousy to get the best of him. He was so consumed by the idea of revenge that he couldn't move on in life. He didn't listen to Kakashi's advice. And he didn't stop to think about how his actions would affect his village or his friends. He made a purely selfish choice to abandon his village. His emotions were out of control. And he could only think about revenge. He didn't try to think of things from other people's perspectives, nor did he think about how his actions would be interpreted in the long term. 6. The reunion with his team. Naruto and Sakura spent a lot of time trying to reunite with their former teammate. They hadn't seen Sasuke in 2 years when they managed to track him down at Orochimaru's hideout. Naruto and Sakura might have hoped for a happy reunion, but they wouldn't get it. Sasuke seemed so cold and uncaring when he tried to kill his former teammates. He claimed to no longer care about the people he once thought of as family. 5. His desire to destroy the entire village after learning the truth about Itachi. Sasuke had spent years hating his brother, Itachi. It had been Itachi that had destroyed his life. Sasuke made revenge his only goal, and he gave up everything to achieve that. When he learned the truth about Itachi, his entire worldview was shattered. He was forced to view his entire life in a new light. And there was something inside him that snapped. His desire to revenge turned towards his village, and the villagers that lived there. 4. He fought against the Kage. After learning the truth about his brother, Sasuke seemed to completely lose his mind. He joined the Akatsuki and went out to attack the Kage. Despite him being a strong ninja, he couldn't possibly take on all 5 Kage at once. He once again found himself facing off against Gaara. Gaara tried to reason with Sasuke since they were both friends of Naruto. But Sasuke refused to listen to reason. He continued to attack, regardless of him being outnumbered by stronger ninja. Sasuke was completely out of control as he targeted the strongest shinobi in the land. 3. He tried to kill Karen. When Sasuke was at his lowest point, he turned his rage against his closest allies and friends. Karen had traveled with Sasuke for years and had healed him countless times. She had stood by his side and developed feelings for him. Then, Sasuke tried to kill her. He seemed to have lost complete control of himself as he targeted Karen when she was at her weakest. His desire to kill Karen seemed completely unwarranted, especially since she'd always been on his side. 2. His attempt to kill Sakura. Sakura had been in love with Sasuke since they were small children. When she showed up offering herself as an ally, he must have sensed something about her wasn't quite right. Sakura had realized that Sasuke needed to be stopped. Sasuke seemed to have no issue with killing his former teammate and love interest. Even though there was a part of him that still cared for her, he couldn't seem to stop himself from killing her. 1. His final battle with Naruto. By the time Sasuke decided to fight with the rest of the world's shinobi, it was easy to believe he had seen the error of his ways. A conversation with Naruto revealed that he wanted to completely remake the world. Sasuke knocked out Sakura when she tried to stop him. He then prepared to fight his best friend to the death. Despite everything that had just happened, Sasuke remained incapable of seeing reason. Still believing his way was the best way.